Okay, so we are on our front page, that is hello world, that is main page. Okay, so the whole URL is changed, that is user.ckpct question mark, and that is techfest and equals to front page. This is our controller's name. Now whenever I'll make request over here, this URL is not going to change, it will be in this form only, right? So no user will be able to see the data. No user, I repeat, no user will be able to see the data. Our URL will be as it is. Okay, so now we are over here, main page. So now what are we going to do is we'll just add students into our database. I will create a small form over here. I will not create a form over here, but I'll just create links over here, that is add student, view student, edit student, and delete student. And we'll do add student and view students. And I think delete student and edit student, you can do it as homework, right? So let's start with it. So what I have done
Yeah.
over here is that I have created anchor tag, that is add user, view user, edit user, and delete user. And the link I have given on it is HL, that is user.cpct question mark tag techfest is equal to. After equals to, we'll always write our controllers method. So I'm not writing right now over here. I'll just put a constant, that is hashtag. So nothing will happen if we'll click on it. And again hashtag to reduce our confusion. I'll just replace it with hashtag. Okay, and now I'll write a method name over here, that is for add user. I'll create a method that is load user form, right? So LOAD, load user form. So I'll create a method into my controller, that is load user form. On clicking it, it will directly go to user controller. Now again, I'll create a method that is load user form. So again we'll write the same thing, that is public model and view. I'll copy the name from here, that is control C. Always you should copy your name from here, because if you remember it and write it, it can lead to some error and you might not know what the error is. So that is why always copy the thing, right? So I have just created I've just created this HTTP servlet request and response, and now I'll write the method into it. Okay. So inside method, where am I? Okay. Okay, so inside method, I'll again declare model and view, model and view equals to new model, and view. And what view I want to give is user slash, as we have given main page, I'll give it example as form page, where I'll create a form and we'll add user to it, and I'll return the model and view. Okay, so I'll save the file, and now I'll go to this user. I'll create new. I'll right click. I'll create new, and I'll go to JSP. And what name I have used over there, I'll have to write that particular name only. What name I have used? Okay, I forgot the name. Form page. Okay, new JSP and form page. FOR form page, and I'll create finish. Okay, so this is our form page. We'll rename it add user. We'll create a form. user form. Will close form tag. Will close form tag. Will provide a div that is division, and again a division. I'm just doing this for proper arrangement. And what will write? Yes, label for equals to fname course label, and input type will be text, and id will be same as for name fname, and name in the same fname. Yes. Okay. So let's see if this is working or not. So I've just saved my everything. I'll go to my I'll go to my program that is on the web, and I'll create reload. So yes, we have add user, view user, edit user, and delete user. Okay. So just concentrate over here. User.ckpct question mark text is equal to front page. Now when I'll click add user, the
Please
URL will
zoom.
change. Okay. So we'll click add user.
Please
So
zoom.
okay, okay, ma'am.
Please go back and then zoom.
Okay, okay.
Where all the links were there, go
Okay.
to that
So
page.
I'm over add user, view user, edit user, and delete user.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
So we have all the links over here, and you can see the URL that is user.ckpct question mark text is equals to front page. Nothing has changed. Now when I'll click add user, will on the URL will be same, only after the equals to method will be changed. So I'm clicking add user. See, user.ckpct techfest equals to load user form. So there is nothing that we have given over here, right? And this is add user. Okay, I'm not written. I'll again go to my web page. I'll reload this file, and okay, again I'll zoom it. Okay, you can see over here that is add user, that is enter your name. So here I'll enter my name, and I'll do one more thing, that is I'll take the enrollment number. Okay, so I'll do one more thing. Enrollment underscore number. The type will be text, ID will be enrollment underscore number, name will be enrollment underscore number, and over here also I will write enrollment. Okay, enrollment number. I don't know, the spelling is wrong or something. Okay, I'll go to my page, JSP page, and I'll reload it. Okay, I think I've not saved it. Okay, I'll save it. Okay, and reload. So here is enter name and enrollment number, and now we'll put a input. Input, then type submit, and after putting type, we'll also have to put value, right? So VA value is also submit. I'll put a space over here, that is PR, and what name I'll give? I'll give name it as submit. Okay. So this is all done, and now this is form. Our ID is given, and along with form, I'll also have to give what I want to perform the action, right? So I'll write over here action. Action is CKP CET, sorry, user રસોડામાં છે user dot CKPCET question mark techfest equals to, and what method I want to use, I'll be writing that over here. So now I'll just leave a space over here, and method, that is I want to do it with post or get, but I'll use post. Okay. So I'll just save it. I'll done control S. And now over here it is user dot CKPCT question mark techfest. And what method I want to write is user added. User added. Okay. I'll use this method, that is user added. Now I'll again go to my controller, user controller. I'll, instead of creating a new method, I'll just copy the one before, and I'll copy my name from here. Okay, so our method is ready. And now again, I want to send it to the user slash form page only. My view should be user slash form page only. What I'll do is that after the insertion of the data, it will return to the form page only, and I'll display a message that user was added. Okay. So, okay, now what we want to do is we want to get the data. So whenever I will insert my things over a name over here, enrollment over here, and I'll click submit. I'm just reloading this page. Whenever I'll enter my name over here, I'll enter the enrollment number over here, and I'll click submit. I need data over here, right? So I'm not getting any data over here. I definitely need data over here. So what I'll do is I'll create a new Java class. I'll create a new Java class and I'll name it as user form bean. Naming it as user form bean. You can name it anything, but I'm just naming it as user form bean. You can name it anything, whatever you want, but I'm just naming it as string. I'll declare my two things, that is string name and string enrollment number. So string, my name will be, it should match, it should definitely match with this f name, f name, then string enrollment number. Okay, so this is f name and this is enrollment number. Now what I'll do is I'll create a getter and setter method for it. So how you can create a getter and setter method is you can just press alter and insert on your keyboard. So you will get this menu, then you will go to getter and setter, that is this method, that is getter and setter. And I'll click over here, that is generate getter and setter for string enrollment number, generate getter and setter for string f name. Okay, so I'll just click on generate. Okay, so it is generated for me. I don't have to write all the code. So this is the property that NetBeans provide. So now again, you can come to user controller. So along with my HTTP request and response, I have to add one more thing. What I have to add is the user form bin, so that I can get the data. The user form bin that we have created over here. User form bin, this one. I'll add it. Okay, so I created my user form bin over here. Okay, so to check that is my date. Okay, to check that if I'm getting my data, I'll just enter line over here, that is system.out.print and my data equals to plus, and user user form bean, user form bean. This is the name. There is an object created of user form bean. This one user form bean. Okay, and after putting a dot, you can you get suggestions. Okay, so I want to get same. I'll be repeating it for enrollment number also, so that I can be sure that I'm getting my data over here or not. Okay, so I'll just name it data 1, data 2, and this will not be get name, control space, it will be get enrollment number. Okay, I'll write control S. Okay, so this is done, and now I'll just run my file. That is, I'll click reload over here. Wait, okay. So I'm just running my program, and I'll go over here, add user. So I have my two blocks over here, that is username and user enrollment. I'll write Karan and enrollment number 2324, and I'll click submit. Okay, so the data was submitted. So now let's see whether we got our data into the user controller, that is inside this user added. So for that we have to click output and Apache Tomcat or EEE. Okay, so you can see over here, I'll just zoom it. You can just see over here, that is, it is printed on my console, that is data 1 is Karan and data 2 is 2342, right? So we are getting the data. Okay, so now I have got my data. What I'll do is I'll create a service class. For each and everything you need a service class. All the logic is inside that. You always have to create a service class, so that I can do the data insertion into the database. Okay, so I'll click on the com.ckpct spring package. I'll right click, I'll write new, I'll use Java class and view as a user, user service. Okay, and I'll just click finish. Okay, so this is the public class user service. I will initialize it over here. I'll use its object. I'll create it object over here, that is user service space user service equals to new user service. Okay, so I have created object of user service over here. Okay, so now what I'll do is whenever we insert our data into our database, the query runs and it returns us an integer. So we'll be getting an integer over here. So I'll be getting an integer over here. So what I'll do is I'll write model and view dot add ob object, model and view dot add object. So inside add object, I can I can add anything which I want to add, and I want to display it on the user side. I told you that it will also give you the model, that is the data. So for that I'll use add object and I'll return it to the user side in the form of model and view. So it will be visible on the JSP page that we'll see. So what I'll do is I write a status, that is it will maintain a status 1, 0 or anything. Okay, and now over here I'll just call a method in from the user dot sorry, control space user service dot let us say the name is same only, user added, right? And I'll pass the data into it, that is user form bean. Okay, see, we have passed the data into the user form bean into the method user added. This is showing a error because we have not created a method into our user service. So we'll just create a method over here. Okay. Okay, so start with creating our method over here. Public, we are going to return an integer, so it will be int, public int, name of our method, that is user added. We are passing a variable, so we'll be using user form bean. Yeah, the parameter needs to be specified because we are passing a parameter over here. This is a parameterized method, so we need to pass a parameter over here. This is giving me a error because I have not returned anything right now. So now what I need to do is I need to develop my connection with the database. Okay, so I'll basically do it with context, application context, that is this application context, right? So this is my application context file. It will be present below above dispatcher servlet in your web INF folder. So what you will do is you will go over here and you will have to define various things. So I have created a file of that over here before only so that we can complete it fast. I'll don't worry, I'll explain you the whole file. We'll just paste it over here above, that is bean. Paste it over here and I'll just save my file. Okay, so what have we done over here is we have developed our connection. We used to do these things into JDBC, right? We used to define the driver, the URL, the username, the password. So this only has to be done once in JDBC. While we are doing, we had to maintain all the connection, close all the connection and everything. So Spring provides us a lot this JDBC template so that we can use it. But it's a form of a shortcut that is used for this interacting with databases. So you don't have to write all the method and everything. It is ready-made given by the Spring. So what we do is we create a bean and we give an ID DS. Okay, and this class will be same, that is all.framework.jdbc.datatools.driver manager. This class will be same because it is a Spring class for these are the properties that what is the name driver name. So driver class name. So what driver class name we are giving is form.mysql.jdbc.driver because we are going to use JDBC, right? So and URL. This is URL. So what is the URL? The URL will be JDBC colon 3306. This can change in some people, but it will be mostly same only for MySQL, but it can also change, the port can also change, so you need to check that. And I will then define my schema, that is current. I will create I have already created a schema into my workbench. I'll show you. Schema is nothing but just database that we create, that is create database then database name. That is I have written create database and used current. So I have written current over here, right? And I will use the username and password. So the username is root and the password is also root for my SQL. So this is my SQL and this is my username. See, you can see over here root and password is root. Okay. So I am here into this, right? Okay. So I have created a schema and I'll be using it. So I'll schema is database. Don't worry, this schema and database is same. So what you will do is create, you can write create database and current. Okay, I've done this only, but you can write your name, whatever your name over here, and you can specify that particular thing over here on this place. Okay. So I'll be using this only, that is use current. Okay, so it shows a green. So it is working. And I'll yeah, right, show tables. Okay, so these are my tables. This is admin, employee, question, students. Okay, let's select star from students. Okay, so I have already created a table. You can create a table on your own. You can write, you can give it a student ID, name, and enrollment number. I'll just show you the description of the table. Describe. Okay. So what is it? It is student underscore ID, that is integer, and I have given null as no. It should not be null. I have given it as primary key, and extra is auto underscore increment. So it will be incremented every time, that is 1, 2, and 3. And that is name. That is varchar of 100. You can give it of any size. Then is enrollment number, and it is integer in number. Okay, so this is our table, and this is select star from students. So I only have a data is current and 150090, but I want to insert data. So I'll go to my file and I'll explain you this further. So now what we have done is we are using JDBC template. So for that JDBC, I'll use ID. I've given this ID and this name should be same only. Okay, and I have created a ID for this bean also, that is UDAO, that is user DAO. We are going to use this into our service when we will connect the database. Okay, so and this is reference is JDBC template. This is just a reference. And one more thing, that is this class. What class do we want? So that is com.ckpcet.seminar test. Again, this seminar test is I was testing the application before, so I had made a this seminar test application. So it is of that, but we'll not write seminar test. We'll write over here Spring demo user, and I've written business over here now. Remember, we used to write user.apps, that is for this package, user.apps. But I've written business because we are dealing with database, so I'm creating into another folder. We usually do it this in the enterprise application, so it is easy for the person to test that the business logic is separated, the other logics are separated, and everything. Okay, so this will be user data manager. I'll create a new package. I'll first of all save my application, then create a new package, new, and then you will create a package, that is again com.ckpcet.spring spring demo dot user. User is again to get the idea that I'm using user controller. Okay, user dot business dot, okay, only business, right? This is my package name. I'll do it finish. A package is created. I'll click on new. I click on Java class and I'll write it as U as a user DATA data manager. So user data manager. So data of the user, and that is the manager I've given it. So it will manage all the data of user. Okay. So I'll write finish. Okay. So this is finished. And now we'll go to user service. And now what over here we have to do is we have to create application context.